Happy holidays! It's Barbara from Caring Arts. I've decided to make my own three-dimensional holiday cards this year to send to family and friends, and I'll show you how to do it. It's super easy and very inexpensive, and I have a number of different designs, so I'm going to do a video for each design, so be sure to check them all out, but they're all very easy, and you need the same materials pretty much for all of them. So what you need is, first of all, some paper. You need perhaps some white or cream color paper of some kind to use as the base card, but you could also use color paper if you prefer. 8.5 by 11 is the size you want. And I like these Astro Brights papers, which you can get at your local Office Depot or Office Max, or probably at Walmart, something similar. Or you can even check your local craft shop. You will need some envelopes. These are A9 size envelopes, and for sure you can get those at any of those same places. And sometimes they come in colors as well. You will need a scissors and a hole punch, some glue, or you could use a glue stick also. I prefer the regular school glue. You will need at least a black Sharpie, and you can use some other colors if you like. Probably a pencil and a ruler, and you will need some caps. I use these as templates to draw circles. You're going to need 3 different sizes. So I have one, I think this is from perhaps juice or a pill cap. This is from a milk carton, and then the smallest one is actually from a glue stick. So you can make sure you have 3 different size circles. And then perhaps some decoration like sequins, but I'll show you how to also punch out some decorations just using a hole punch and colored paper. And that's pretty much all you need. Now you can also turn these cards into gift tags. You can use the same designs for gift tags, and in that case you're going to need some string or twine or something to tie them onto your packages. But that's all you need. So the first one I'm going to do is actually the snowman design. You can see it's 3-dimensional, and you could also create a gift tag, and I'm going to show you how to do that as well as some other fun designs. So let's get started. The first thing we need to do is to choose our paper. So for this particular design, I like to use either blues or purples. The Astro Brights paper I showed you comes in quite a selection of colors. This particular one actually has dark blue on the outside and light blue on the inside. That is not necessary to do, and I have another one here that does not have that. But if you like that look, you can just use 2 sheets of paper. You need to take the 8.5 by 11 and fold it in half. And then you can take a lighter blue color and also fold that in half. And just stick it on the inside, and you can glue a dot in the middle on both sides, and you'll have the same type of two-tone paper. But I think I'm just going to use this light blue for this particular one. And then you need some white cardstock. Now that same Astro Brights paper does come with some white paper, and it's got some little speckles on it, which is kind of cool. But I happen to have a scrap piece of white cardstock, so I'm going to use that. And we need to cut the circles for our snowman. So we need 3 different sized caps. I've got them here. They actually, if you line them up, you can see they look like a snowman. So I'm going to take the larger ones and just draw 2 out. And then 2 of the medium size. And then you only need 1 of the smallest one. So I'm going to put my glue cap back on. And then you just need to cut those out. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to cut all 3 of those out. And now I've got all my circles. So 2 of the large, 2 of the medium, and 1 of the small. And what we need to do is the large and the medium, you need to fold them in half. And this is what's going to give us our 3-dimensional look. Just So I'm going to take all those and fold them in half. And the smallest one you just leave flat. There we go. Now if I line them up on my paper, you'll kind of get an idea of what it's supposed to look like. And then you can decide exactly where you want it, how far up or down. I think I'm going to move it down a little bit. So you can use a glue stick. I actually like the regular Elmer's glue, so I'm going to use that. And just put it on one side of the folded side, and you want the fold to be in the middle. So just stick that down. And then put glue on the other side of the second circle, the big one, and pair them up in the middle where the fold is in the middle. So you have the flap sticking up and then your flat part glued down. And you want to do the same thing with the middle circle. And try to kind of line the folds in the center. Do the same thing with the other one. And then you want to just glue down the smallest circle. When your glue dries, if it pops out a little, it's not going to show. So just make sure all your ends are flat. Wow, it already looks like a snowman. Now I like to make a little mound of snow for the snowman to sit on. It's not absolutely necessary to do that. But I'm going to take my white scrap of paper and my scissors and just cut out a little mound of snow. It can be any shape or size you want. And I like to position it so it's just a little bit under the snowman. You can have it touch. You can do it whichever way you like. I'm going to put some glue on that. And there we go. Just wipe away your glue and let it dry. And then the next thing is we need to make a hat and face for our snowman. So you need to take your Sharpie marker and draw a little face. I'm going to draw 2 coal eyes and a little mouth of coal. If you have an orange pencil or marker, you can add a carrot nose. It's up to you. I like to keep it simple. And then I'm going to need to draw a hat, a top hat, because Frosty always had a top hat. So I kind of drew into the top part of his head, just to make it look like the hat is sitting on his head. But you don't have to do that. You can make it just above his head. That works fine. And you can make it as tall or short as you want. I'm going to use the larger Sharpie to fill it in. Oh, and then we need some sticks for his arms. So I'm just going to draw a couple of what look like twigs sticking out from his body. They can look however you want them to. And then we need some snow. So we're going to take our scrap of white paper, and I have a hole punch here. I'm just going to cut a bunch of little white circles. You can make as many as you like. Doesn't really matter. It's up to you. Oh, I have some colored circles in here, and I don't need those. I just need the white ones. Those are left over from another project. So I'm just going to take my glue and put a dab of glue wherever I want a snowflake. You could probably also just use a dab of glue for your snowflakes, but I think it's going to dry clear. It's not going to stay white. So I'm going to put all these little circles down right on top of my glue. There's a little glue peeking out, don't worry, it'll dry clear. You could also use the tweezers. These little circles are sometimes hard to grab. And like I said, you can use as many of these as you want. That glue that's peeking out is going to dry clear. You will not see that. I need one more white. Here we go. All right. All my snowflakes. And there we go. We've got our snowman. So if you want to write something on the bottom, you can. You should write a lovely message on the inside, because that's really the important part. And then just pop it in an envelope. You can press down the three-dimensional parts to put in the envelope, but they will pop out again when you take them out, and you're all ready to go. Now you can also turn the same design into a gift tag, which I've done here. And basically to do that, I'm just going to grab a piece of purple here. Again, it can be any color, and you just fold it in half. And this time you want to cut it. And then you want to fold it in half again. Now, if you prefer not to cut it, sometimes I actually like what they call a decollage, which is kind of interesting. And to do that, you just take a ruler and you rip it, and it gives you kind of an interesting ripped edge. And you can use that as the base. Or you can also, rather than cut it down to the size, you can just fold it in half and use it as a little card. The process is exactly the same. You're going to make exactly the same snowman in exactly the same way. But then you just want to take your marker and add a to and a from and whatever little message you want. And then just pop a hole. I'm not getting it. Pop a hole in the corner. And then take a piece of ribbon or string or cord. And just cut a piece off, wind it through, and tie that to your package, and you're all ready to go.